Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss data types for ndarrays. So today we are going to see the Numpy crash course lecture 2. In this lecture we are going to discuss quickly about the data types for ndarrays. Okay. So as you know that ndarray is the main object in Numpy. So it is to discuss the data types for ndarray will be worthwhile. So the data type or the D type is a special object. This one is a special object containing the information, and this information is sometimes called metadata. Okay, that means data about data. The information containing the information, the ndarray needs to interpret a chunk of memory as a particular type of data. Okay, so how to, let us see one example through which we can understand this data type for ndarray. So import numpy as np as usual, and here np.array, and this is the array that we are initializing, and then d type equal to np.float64. Okay, and then if we print array.d type, so float64 will be printed. Okay, this is the output. Similarly, we can create or 32 as well, float32, and then similarly if you run it, it will be float32. Okay, so these are the data types that we can found out. You can, and then we can also explicitly convert or cast an array from one data type to another using ndarrays as type method. Okay, how it will work? Let's say we have an array equal to np.array, and here you are initializing the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we are writing here, dot d type. Okay. So if we print it, it is in 32, and we will be having another array of data type float, let's say, and let's call that variable as float underscore equal to arr dot as np dot float 64. This is how the conversion will happen. Okay, so we can explicitly convert or cast an array from one data type to another. That means we are converting it from 64 int 64 to float 64. Okay, and then finally if you can print it, let's say float dot d type, and then let us have a printf statement over here. Print statement, not printf, print statement. If you can print it will be printing float 64. So in 32 is for the first one, and then float 64 is the second one. We can also cast the integer to floating point. If we can cast some floating point numbers to an integer data type or not. The decimal, if we cast a floating point numbers to a integer data type d type, the decimal part will be truncated. Okay, decimal part will be truncated. So you can see one example. Let's say, so this example I'm going to show you that integer, how to cast integer to floating point. Okay, and if I cast some floating point numbers to be of integer d type, the decimal part will be truncated. So if I print this one, okay, we have an array, we have an error. Here we have made an error. It has to be a square bracket. You can see that the array has been displayed. Now I'm going to change this floating number to integer. Okay, this is the conversion. And then finally we have to print it also. So let us have a print statement over here. You can say that this the fractional part has been truncated. So it is 3.7 has become 3, 1.2 has become 1, 2.6 has become 2, 0.5 has become 0, and then remaining 1. Okay. So next lecture we are going to see many more things. Thanks for watching.